Guardians Blue Jays next Wednesday night. You got a couple of tickets here, okay? Good luck. Caller 10, they're yours. 216-578-1007. 800-348-1007.
Welcome back.
Local DJ and all-around female orgasm denier, Alan Cox.
This is the Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Guardians in Houston tonight. Aaron Savali, no longer a Cleveland Guardian.
Yeah, this trade.
Been dealt to the Rays.
This trade makes no sense.
You go from being on the second team in one division to the second team in another one, but a much better team. So.
Much better team.
Well, the Guardians continue to be the farm team for the Tampa Bay Rays. So there you go. Aaron Savali dealt to the Tampa Bay Rays for one of their first basemen. They had been poking around the Mariners and I think came a little bit late to the Aaron Savali thing. But nevertheless, he leaves Cleveland, suits up for Tampa, and we get Kyle Manzardo, who is the first baseman down there in Tampa. And so there you go. Changes in the Guardians organization.
Yeah, I don't love that trade.
Rays are sitting at 64-44, second in the East, behind the Baltimore Orioles. Houston tonight is where you will find the guys who are still on the Cleveland Guardians, playing the Astros. 8:10 tonight. It's the 1st to 3. They'll play them again tomorrow night at 8:10, and then Wednesday afternoon for a business bed special before the White Sox get here on Friday. And the Blue Jays will be in town. Hence the tickets I just gave you. I will have tickets all week. You want to go to that Guardians game. That's a 4-game series, by the way, against the Blue Jays. So that Wednesday game smack dab in the middle there, but I'll have those for you around this time all week. We've talked about this before. This is the future of retail, as long as they can get away with it, which you've kind of got, results may vary on this, but they're usually not positive situations. If you go out Sandusky way, you'll find a lot more Kroger locations than you will in, Metro Cleveland.
It's called Kroger's.
Kroger's.
Yeah.
Out there by the Walmarts and the whatevers. But Kroger has had a real boner for getting rid of humans for a while now. Anytime employees try to unionize.
Is that why they sell guns?
Does Kroger sell guns?
I think so.
Well, there you go. I mean, anytime employees would try to unionize, Kroger would just shut that location down. And one of their locations now in Tennessee, this is Franklin. This is going to be suburban Nashville. Kroger store has converted to completely self-checkouts. So no checkers. Now, I imagine there have to be a couple of humans, when you want to buy cough syrup, they've got to come over and check your ID. But this is what every company of that ilk is trying to do, wants to do, is get rid of all the humans. Now, they've done this before, not Kroger, but this has been tried before. Because, 100 years ago, remember the first self-checkouts, the promise was, hey, self-checkout. You don't have to wait in line. Well, flip the script, and now we're all waiting in line to do the work ourselves. So this has already been tried elsewhere, flopped hard. So they go, well, I guess we have to bring back checkers. Now, mind you, they'll bring 2 back. So you'll still be waiting in line. You just won't be, you won't be an unpaid employee anymore of the store. So they're still going to have a couple of people in there, because invariably you will have people who want nothing to do with the self-checkout. They're like, I shouldn't have to stand here under a blinking light because it can't read my bananas.
That happens to me every single time.
Well, and that's why you end up standing in line. And it's nobody's fault. I mean, yeah, there are some people who are all thumbs when it comes to the self-checkout. But other people are like, why am I doing this? So this Kroger outside Nashville converted to all self-checkout. But if history is any guide, this will flop too. But again, these are pilot programs to see how many people can we fire before we start to see kind of diminishing returns with respect to sales. But make no mistake, not just grocery store, every retail establishment would love to do this. Just get rid of everybody.
They put self-checkouts in at the Marks in Berea.
The Marks, you say?
Now, this is nothing against Marks. They just tend to have a little bit of an older audience.
Yep.
A lot of...
They just started taking credit cards like 18 months ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
This is a disaster. Every time I've been in there, it's been some 85-year-old man standing there confused. And I'm like, I cannot imagine a worse store to put a self-checkout in. Like, just...
But it's not only self-checkout.
No, but
Right.
they put in like probably 6 of them.
Okay.
You know? So there are the options, to do both. But I was very surprised because up until a few years ago, it was like they only took Discover, checks, or cash.
Right.
So...
It used to be people, you'd be behind some 65-year-old guy who had like a Ziploc full of quarters.
Yes, that's very much so still
It
happens.
still happens, yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, wow, they're really trying to see what could happen here.
Well, that's a comfort thing for a lot of people. But again, the big grocery change, I assume you've noticed that the self-checkout pen, which is what it's becoming, they're getting incrementally bigger. And they're, by design, cutting into those checkout lanes. If you go to a Meijer, if you go to a Walmart, the checkout thing now is just a giant bull ring, right? You find one that's open. But that's getting bigger and bigger. And there'll be somebody standing there, like at Costco or any of these places that'll like check your receipt. I'm like, homie, if I just had to check out my own stuff, why am I showing you my receipt?
Right.
I'm doing the work. You're not doing the work. What are you checking?
We're checking to see if you stole anything.
Well, I didn't steal anything. Look,
Yeah, but
you're
a lot of
asking,
people do.
you're asking me to do the work, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm doing the work, I'm not going to show you on my way out. You can get behind the thing and you can make sure everything is bought and paid for.
Don't go to Costco then.
Well, that's a different thing because I don't think Costco, you're checking yourself out. That's the weird thing. Like, nobody's ripping off a giant television. I don't understand the Costco thing. I
think
still
you're
don't understand it.
People are stealing. No matter where they go. People want to steal things.
No, I understand. I'm just saying, like, at Costco, where I don't think there's a self-checkout option.
No, I don't think so either. But
So why are they checking your receipt at Costco?
I don't know,
when a
'cause
human has just checked you out.
Because someone will just walk out with a cart. Because it's a long way. It's a long walk. A lot can happen.
A lot can happen.
And if
Yeah.
they're not checking, people will just walk out with stuff. Because they don't put it in bags. They put it in boxes, or you bring your own bags. And if you have
what are you gonna
if you buy a
walk-
big TV,
But you've
they don't
just
put it in a bag. They don't put a paid sticker on it.
No, but you've just gone through the aisle with the human checking you out.
Yeah, but you can also
So what do you
just walk out with a bunch of stuff. So they're going to check.
But they have it set up where it's like you got to go through a maze to get out of there.
Yeah, and if you figure out that maze and you have a big TV and you just walk out,
Free
You just
TV
push your
now.
way through with
Yeah.
a big because the TVs are in the front. Then you got to go all the way around past the hot dog stand and the tires.
yeah.
So
If you're trying to commit a crime like this, that's not that big of an
See,
inconvenience.
all I'm saying is there's ways to do things. There's always a workaround, Alan.
People love stealing.
It's exciting.
I'll tell you what, it's
Is that
just
your next addiction?
It's
Yes. Once I quit gambling, I'm going to start stealing
I
stuff.
thought you did quit gambling.
I don't quit.
No, I got the shoplifting bug beat out of me when I was a kid.
Someone's saying that there are self-checkout at the Costco in Mayfield.
Okay.
So
I don't
yeah.
live in Mayfield. I'm talking to the one by me. I've been in multiple Costcos. Again, you're proving my point. Everywhere you go, they're like, how can we get rid of people who work here? Right? Everybody crows about how Costco, as far as retail goes, is like one of the greatest places to work. Right? The CEO is like, well, yeah, pay everybody here. Okay. That doesn't mean that they're going to keep a static number of employees on the roster. They're like, yeah, we're going to pay you very well, but you're going to notice more and more of your colleagues aren't here anymore. We have people here. It's been a long time since they did away with the so-and-so is no longer an employee.
Yeah.
We wish them well. We don't even get that anymore.
Nope.
That's been a long time. So I just noticed this morning.
We don't even let them finish get to their retirement.
I just
you're a year away. Beat it.
I noticed this morning that somebody is not here anymore.
Who's that?
I'm not going to say who, but it's kind of a zero-sum game. Anytime there's somebody new, I go, oh, they're sitting there. That other person no longer here. And there are people who have been on our sales staff for a long time who still aren't hip to like everything that's going on. One of them looked at me today and said, "You play music, right?" I go, "What, me?" I didn't even think they were talking to me. I go,
Yeah,
"Me?"
Of course you do.
I said, "I've been here for
Every
almost..."
Saturday night from 10 to midnight.
I wish it was every Saturday night.
Most Saturday nights.
You know, I said, "I've been here almost 14 years doing a talk show." "Oh, I thought you played music." Okay. So, listen, more and more of your colleagues in retail, you're going to be looking around. You're going to go, okay. Costco price is so cheap you don't have to steal. Price has nothing to do with stealing.
That sounds like somebody that works for Costco.
Excitement.
Nice try, Costco.
Yeah, you can't
We're
fool
still
us.
going to steal their TVs.
I'm just saying, you steal a TV, that's an inside job, right?
Not necessarily.
Nobody's walking
it
out
can
with a
be.
65-inch television is what I'm
Well,
saying.
it depends on your wingspan. You know?
Anyway, you know what I'm
What's
saying.
it
I mean,
from role models when he's like, "Look at me, I'm stealing TVs."
yeah.
Dude, when I
On
moved,
the footage.
just about 65-inch TV. When I moved into my apartment, Cody, and I had to set up my 65, I bought myself a new TV during COVID. I realized that I do not have a 65-inch wingspan, and I couldn't set it up by my. I physically could not get my arms around the TV in any way. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, there is no way for me to pick this thing up. I had to have my neighbor help me put it on the thing. Anyway,
Interesting.
that's it.
Could you come in and help me with my giant television?
Well, because I'm only 5'2".
I understand.
So I'm just like, there's literally no way for me to.
And that didn't occur to you before that.
No. I bought it, and the dude at Walmart put it in my car for me.
Yep.
So I didn't have to mess with any of it.
No, but you
know?
knew you were going to have to set it up.
But I didn't think about the fact that it was bigger than I am.
You didn't.
No. I
At
did not
any
think about
point.
that.
No.
No, I didn't.
You saw it and you go, wow, that's going to be quite cumbersome for me, a 5'2" young lady with no wingspan.
Right.
Didn't occur to you.
Because the box, like,
Box is even bigger than the item.
yeah, it was a
Hence
real
the
big mess.
dimensions.
It's a real big mess.
I was talking. I know this is not really related, but I was talking all that crap about Grindr last week.
You should have got a grinder boy to come help you move.
Actually, I had an offer.
There you go.
I had a guy. By the way, I'm broken up. By the way, so I'm single, so I can do this. But
I'm black, and
I'm glad
gay.
you said it because people keep asking me, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
no,
I
yeah,
don't
no.
know. I'm lying to people.
I'm single, so I can. I can
Poundcake
do
is
this.
single.
That
That's right.
that was the whole reason why I didn't necessarily have help moving was because
Now, aren't you mad
broken
that you predated your 4-month anniversary?
Oh, Alan.
you're so he's not wrong because I thought
but
about
it's still fresh.
I was like, damn, the lawyer strikes again.
What? How is that my fault that I'm pointing out that he
It's
shouldn't have
not.
pre-sold his 4-month anniversary at 3 months? This guy. Now, we did tell you that you weren't going to get the 4 months, and that was before we knew anything.
Cursed me.
Cursed you. Stop it.
But
Anyway,
this still was your longest relationship.
congratulations. You're single. You got your own space. You're really, if you'll pardon the pun, coming into your own.
How many people were asking, by the way?
a lot.
Well, because we would talk about you moving.
And everyone's like, why does he need an extra pair of hands?
Right. They were like, what happened to McBoyfriend? And I'm like, I don't know.
That's cool.
You made me lie to people.
Yeah, I did.
I don't like lying to the audience.
And
But I
people are like,
respected
you helped him move and he helped you move.
I respected your privacy.
See,
and so
you guys want to say everything's transactional. No, it wasn't. Because I didn't get anything out of it. It didn't help me move.
Yeah, but that's gonna.
I didn't
that just
get
means the
anything
next
out of it.
boyfriend's gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
yeah.
He could pay my rent. Oh my gosh. Like, that would be great. Now I understand. I was like, oh, so this is how people get their rent paid. They just, snuggle up to someone with a lot of money.
That was new information to you?
I know. I just never did it because I was like, my rent's so cheap. Why would I even? It wouldn't even be worth it.
He's like, nah, I gotta snuggle up now.
I gotta wait.
Not so cheap now, huh?
I guess I need to have a bigger bill for it to be worth it. To be with someone I don't like to get a bill paid. I'm like, I was paying $450. Like, I'm not gonna sleep with some old rickety dude for $450. I'm like,
$450. Oh my god,
Well,
that'd be
I know,
amazing.
right?
That's what I'm saying. I was paying $450. That's why I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to move out till I absolutely
Poundcake's
had to.
camera
I
is
should
making me.
have just moved in with you.
That's what we told you guys to do. Moving
Nah, I
Poundcake's camera.
can't
Turn
stand
Poundcake's camera. Let me see Poundcake. It's making me seasick.
Oh,
You look like you're sliding downhill.
I didn't.
You straighten that out.
I'm trying.
Sliding down
He does. He's like at a 45-degree list to port.
Thing is, I don't change this.
No, but when we couldn't see you, didn't you mess with something at the top of the show?
It's also just kind of the angle that he has it on.
Oh, okay. Well, if you didn't do anything to it, okay. I thought that looked like he was.
I'll fix it because I have to turn some things.
Yeah, you gotta find the twisty handly thing, the turny twisty thing. There's
It's
got to be
also-
one of those on there, right?
There you go. It's getting a little better.
Al and I worked at Walmart Electronics for 5 years. People are absolutely walking out with 65-inch TVs.
That's what I'm
Well, whose
saying.
fault is that? How are you walking out with a 65? What, you can't tackle the old lady that welcomes you when you walk
They
in?
tell you not to.
Wow.
That's against store policy.
Alan, is that towards your liking now?
Let me
Is
see.
that better?
Way better.
Way
Yeah.
better.
Okay.
I just like to see you framed properly, that's all.
Me too.
Poundcake
see
should
my
come
gut.
out to Cedar Point to browse for a boyfriend. Browse. Ooh,
I'm back on.
Peruse.
I'm telling you, man, I'm back on the Facebook dating, and it has.
he's doing it.
It's ridiculous because before I thought it was just when I first started, it was just showing me people like in Indiana, Michigan, like the surrounding states. Now it's like I don't know what happened. It's all over the country. Like I'm swiping with people in Atlanta, and they're like, "Hey," they're like, "You like to A-Town?" I'm like, "What? I've never even been to A-Town."
You need to get on with Mary's Indian and Pakistani fan base.
They got money.
International love. Do it.
I've got your finger.
I got a break.
I've got your finger.
Congratulations, single pound cake. Come get him, boys.
That's not my finger. Tricky donkey, honky tonky, from San Francisco to Milwaukee. I feel weird. Oh, I feel funky. You're fine, my little donkey. I feel dizzy. I feel sick. You're fine, my little donkey.